So welcome everybody. We have these two wonderful, powerful, anointed, established kingdom citizens.
Kingdom citizens.
All the way. I want to get it right. I might say it wrong.
Get the name right.
Is it Zambia or Zambia? I say, you know what?
That's correct. You said it right.
But these are the Bwalyas.
Yes.
Right? Bwalya's. Prophet Garry and Lady Abigail.
Yes.
I believe still in Oklahoma. But by the way of Zambia,
yes, by the way,
and I can't. We're going to visit Oklahoma soon.
Yes,
so I'm going to make sure that I get on their calendar,
yes,
so we can go out to eat, and I can get that blessing from being in their presence. But they have agreed to share more tips. We had them last year.
We had them last year, and we had to have them back. Like, we got to bring them back just one more time.
Yes, with the wisdom and the insight and just. So listen, you're in for a treat. Get your notes out. Get everything ready, because I guarantee you have morsels and nuggets coming your way.
Yes.
So, Prophet Garry, Lady Abigail, how are you?
Well, you go first, honey.
We are so grateful once again to be on this platform, and we are so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much for giving us this privilege again and time to be with you guys. We are so grateful. We are fine. We are doing fine. Yes. And we can't wait to see you to come to Tulsa. And have that good time.
We great, and we are also looking forward. We know that you're in Pennsylvania, and we are looking forward that probably one day we could connect with you guys and see the other side of the United States. So
we're gonna make that happen
for a visit as well.
You sure can. Newt was just saying today about getting to Tulsa, because I think the young lady we told you all about, Victoria Matthews, is there. And we're going to go see her because she came to see us.
Right.
And so we're going to see her, and we're going to see you guys and take you guys out to eat and just spend some time with you.
Right.
So
that would be great.
Soon, maybe more in the spring, in the warm weather.
Definitely.
Maybe summer or spring. That would be
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's good to see you guys. You're looking lovely.
Yes.
I know.
Likewise.
Thank you. It was good to see you all.
Likewise. So as you know, 28 Days of Love is the time that we take during February to make marriage famous, to celebrate the covenant of marriage, promote it, which we believe is the first institution that God put in place to further the kingdom. We know that you're kingdom citizens, and and your marriage has stood the test of time and travel.
Talk about the travel.
So I am wondering, tell us, what are some of the things? So you traveled from Zambia to Oklahoma. You went through the ORU, Oral Roberts University,
right?
Those were difficult things.
Yes,
you did that. You did that on faith.
That part,
and you're still standing. So tell us, what did you do, or if anything, to build resilience in your marriage relationship? Because there had to be, some tug of war in different areas of your life, because of your faith walk.
So, well, you've really put it very clear and very nice. And, it hasn't just been very easy. And marriage, there are a lot of, there will always be things that will come and test your faith, your passion for it. And that would demand your resilience.
Right.
And it will run across several situations, financial, emotional, just different things. But talking about just us building resilience, I love the fact that you are also able to just empathize and get in the situation of the travel and getting into the school. I mean, it's something that wasn't very easy, because you're talking about a life that we built in ministry over 11 years. are getting established, and then boom, now we gotta have this vision, and this is just a new vision that we gotta pursue. It was just like a dream, but now it is a reality. How do you then begin to birth it out? So it wasn't something very easy, because we had to get we had to get over a lot of stuff. Our just home position. We got to also need to understand and how to going to navigate between just living a proper stable leadership for the ministry that we were hoping to get to the next level. So it was something else. And coming into the United States wasn't just like you're pursuing the American dream. Now you go into a place of learning. So like you go 10 times back. So imagine you're coming from a place of a person who is in the frontline ministry, and then going 10 times or 20 times back, sitting behind the desk, learning and just going there every day, talking to the professors. And sometimes you think you know what it takes, but they tell you that's not how you do it, and then you have to redo it. But again, you've got to juggle between being a father, being a husband, and now being a student. And school here in America is very engaging. And one of the things that I realize is it's always practical. There's always a practical side of it. And that was just the strength. But one of the things that through the process that helped us to manage that actually, in as much as it may look like a good thing, it was really a huge challenge. It was a huge challenge. It was really a huge challenge, because it stretched our finances, it stretched our emotions, it stretched our cultural beliefs.
Actually, our faith went on another level.
It went on another level. So in navigating that, one of the things that we employed was clear communication. Realize that whenever something is happening, and one thing that really helped us is to talk about what we engaged ourselves into. Sharing moments, like I remember she would ask me, how is school going? How are you fitting in? And just sometimes I would spend a lot of time at school, and she would be here with the kids.
I think another thing that we did, which was so important, was being united. You know, that unity, which both of us, we understood what we were going into, and we were so much expectant of some of the things that will begin to come to us, because we were in unity at that particular time. Even now, unity is always our stronghold. Like we always want to be in unity in whatever we are doing, so that we work together.
Wow.
I have to say, because just like the last time we interviewed with you all, every time I hear you guys talk about that transition, I'm just going to tell you, it blows my mind every time. And then to hear you break it down like that, Prophet, that when you were ahead of the game, you had a ministry. And, I remember seeing videos when I was doing some things for you of the things that you guys did at church, the giving away and all that. And then to start almost all over. And now you're sitting, in a classroom with someone telling you that the way you're presenting this is not the way they want it, and relearning it, redoing it, and dedicating yourself while being a husband and a father. To me, it is commendable, because I don't know if I had that kind of faith like that. But when you, Abigail, you just said that it took your faith to another level. It had to.
It had to.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of things that really happened, and in the short time, because when you're moving from a continent like Africa coming to America, it's, to many, it's like an achievement. You see, it's like oh wow, he's living an American dream. But to us, it wasn't like an American dream. It was like God remolding you in an American environment, like studying all over. So you don't get to see the American dream part that people are expecting back home. So imagine navigating that. How do I meet up the people's expectation? And how do I fit in? And how do I build my vision? But one of the goals that we had was that for the our goal was just graduating. So let's just graduate first, and let's just see what this happens. And
right.
It was a dream, but let it become history now. Let's.
Wow. Let me kind of push in on Lady Abigail.
That's good.
So, Prophet Garry gets the word that he's going to go to ORU in Oklahoma. You're in, and forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, but I want to say Zambia.
Yeah, that's
right.
correct.
I'm saying it correctly. And you have a ministry, you have family, everything is in place. So you go on this journey to this new country, to this school where we're not sure how it's going to be paid for, how anything is going to happen.
We're going to live.
Right. Prophet Garry gets into school and it's time consuming. It's demanding. Not just on, he's not writing papers, the stress of it and the, the mental duress and the pull in the different directions. What went on with you? How did did your position change, your mindset and what needs to, how did you stay a wife and make sure that this marriage was going to, to win while this vision came to pass?
Wow, what a good question. Yeah, I remember when we just came in and he was going to school and living. Actually, when we first came, the first week, we were in a hotel for some days, right?
For a week.
Yeah, for a week. I remember when he goes to school, I'll remain on my position and just pray for him and just pray for the family because I knew he was going into a new environment. And whenever he came back, I asked him, like he said, I would ask him how was class, what's the class, and he would tell me I'm with these young, the Gen Zs, he's in the class with these young boys and girls, and I was like, wow. So I was just there for him to just encourage him and just give him, I think, a good environment when he comes home. So I wasn't very expectant of much of the things like living large and so on, because I knew where we are coming from. And at that particular moment, I knew what we came for. So I would always just be home with the kids, pray for him as he goes, and just take my position as a wife so that he's comfortable whenever he's back and with everything that he's doing. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot to unpack.
I love it. I love that you were creating that environment for him to come home, and at least at home, some of that stress could be lifted off, and he could get that peace and that comfort and that encouragement that tomorrow's a new day and you got this. And then the next day's a new day and you got this. So how many years have you guys been in Tulsa now?
We're going into
4 years.
4 years now. Yeah.
We are almost
4. Yeah.
Almost 4. I remember meeting Prophet Garry. I have to tell this. So we all were a part of Lady Alicia Lorraine's radio show, and there was a young lady there who brought Prophet on to prophesy and to teach dreams. I don't know if you remember this, Prophet. I'll never forget it. And I got on. I was home during the day because I'm a teacher, so I would be off during the summers. And I listened, and then I would take my notepad and write notes as he was teaching about dreams. And I think I sent him a dream that I didn't understand, that I needed interpreted. And then he told me about it. And then I introduced my husband to him. I said, Listen, and I forget the lady who brought you on, but that's how that's how we met.
Yeah.
Him using the gift God gave to him to prophesy and to teach. And so then once I started hearing him teach, I started following when he would get on and teach and preach, and that's how we got introduced to Prophet Garry through Alicia Lorraine's radio show.
Right.
So I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah.
No, it's been a journey, and you guys, from the time I connected, it's been a very inspirational moment, and connecting with you people. Dr. Newt as well actually happens to be one of my professors in a dissertation that I did.
All through Alicia Lorraine.
Through that program, I was nominated and honored with a doctorate. So I had to do like a dissertation and stuff like that. And Dr. Newt was one of my coaches that helped me go through that, and that was history. And here we are. The Lord is doing
right.
It's like God just put it all together.
Yes.
Just from one little thing, he just put it all together.
Right.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So as we kind of, I want to jump back in because there's a lot to unpack. We talk about your journey, and let me kind of put it into context. And so I don't, forgive me for talking a lot, but
it's okay.
The journey that you two have gone on in this last almost 4 years, and the tests and the trials that your marriage, that an average marriage could have been detrimental.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing Lady Abigail said your faith is going to another level. I'm hearing, that there was a mindset of let's just graduate. Let's make that history. So there had to be. So I'm hearing a strengthening of your bond. Is that? Would you agree with? Your bond is stronger now than it was before?
Yeah. The bond always grows stronger, especially when there are achievements and there are milestones achieved and overcome as well. So you realize that as a couple, one of the things that marriage does, marriage finds it's a place where you find your person or your partner to complete the assignment that you have.
Right.
So when you set before things that look complicated to you yourself and also to some people, and then you find this person that you explain to and kind of begins to unpack the uncomplicated stuff, and it begin to reorganize and strategize. So it is through that you have you gain momentum and the bond grows, because when you share this idea because sometimes I would share with my wife and say, and by the way, this dream of coming to ORU did not just happen now, 4 years ago. It's like 15 years ago. So
wow.
15 years, just having this dream, you can't understand about what really you know. And you find somebody that is able to walk with you in this uncomplicated vision, and then begins to just put it in smaller particles to help you break it down and achieve it. So it was through those small things.
Wow.
Sometimes it would just go as far as finishing a semester. So, hey, let's just finish this semester. How would this be? And let's get to the next semester. So through that, the bond would really grow, because once you achieve something with your partner and you're like, wow, this is the person that I want to be with because of what I'm achieving. Whoever wants to leave a winning team? Nobody wants to.
Right. Wow.
So when you identify your winning partner, you stick to the winner. And you keep winning. So it's where the bond grows. And that's one of the areas that whenever we're going through stuff, we open the history book and begin to unpack past histories. We begin to do an account of past victories and how we navigated beyond that. And they really just help us to look forward to great things together.
Yeah, it is true. I think 2 is better than 1. That's what
Yes.
it says.
Good.
So it is always good to fight the 2 of you because you win more.
Yeah.
More wins come to you than when you're fighting just by yourself.
So good.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I was going to ask you, you already answered it, but I don't know if Lady Abigail, if you have something to add to this, but I was going to ask you next about milestones and celebrating them, but you just organically answered that. Is there anything you like to add, about the celebration?
Excuse me.
To start with us, we always acknowledge and we always want to celebrate our milestones always, because that is like our tradition. We always want to talk about things, what God has given us. We want to celebrate the milestones. So we always acknowledge, and we always want to make it big, because those are the memories that we live with after we have achieved certain things. So it is always important to us to acknowledge and celebrate our milestone in whatever way we can do it. We do that.
And celebrating milestones that she talked about, it shouldn't start with a lot of expensive stuff.
Okay.
For example, we'll use our example. One more in Zambia, we kind of lived in a very comfortable place where we could buy stuff, we could do things that celebrate milestones using gifts and stuff like that. But the first months of being in the US, where you gonna get the gifts with all those dollars and stuff like that? Where are you gonna get the money? So we use stuff like just simple affirmations. We look forward to acknowledging your friend's effort. There are times that my wife would just acknowledge me based on the effort that I went through. Oh, you never slept and you cleared this assignment. You're the best man I've ever known. You're the most hardworking.
Wow.
That would just lift me up and would be like, it would be more than a rose flower to me.
Sometimes just get a card, get a note, right, to him and just say, wow, darling, you did so well. May God bless you. We love you. Keep doing good. And just, somebody will be like, wow. Sometimes we have a little special meal.
And sometimes it's good. You get to go out and seasons are never the same. Sometimes you shower, and you can also prorate your achievements. For example, when you have something later, you can simply go back and say, hey, for that you did,
we did.
Let's now celebrate now because we're in a position. So we don't just let go. We put a count of achievements and still plan for them when they're in the season of being celebrated with the value and the standard that it deserves.
Wow, I love it.
I think they give us, or what I just wanted to say, it's like it gives us a momentum to do well and to do better for each other. So it's like a push for us whenever we acknowledge and celebrate our achievements.
So those intrinsic rewards that come from you that are inside, that's more better than anything external. You appreciated anything she said that made you feel good inside, not necessarily gifts and things like that. That can come later, but it meant more for her to talk about it to you.
So as couples and as a couple, we have always just been there for one another and knowing that we are one another's strength, because marriage is different from dating. We're not dating. Dating, you give an impression, but marriage, you live a reality. So
that's right.
You get what I mean. So now we're in this reality. So I don't have an impression to show. I'm who I am, and she has to accept, and I have to accept. So we gotta use what is available to make the home what it is,
of course,
and just environment that is going to be uplifting to take us to the next level. So that's with the milestones and achievements.
Love it. I love that. That is amazing. So let me ask you a personal question. After having gone through the struggles, of where you are now, if you would have known the middle of the journey at the beginning, would you have taken that journey?
No.
Absolutely no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely no.
The journey of faith is not about knowing what's there.
What's there? Yeah.
It's like the light, the spotlight of a car, right? The more you move closer, the clearer you see. You cannot see very far when it's late at night. It's the more you draw closer to where you're going, that's how much you're able to see. So with faith, you don't want to see beyond, because when you look and see what is ahead of you, you go back, or maybe you make a detour. So you just want to make sure you are seeing stuff that is in the proximity of your light, just little light to take you to the next step. So faith is about just taking the next step. So, and that's what we've been doing. When we were looking at fulfilling this graduation, it wasn't about how it's going to be, how is it going to be all that time. But it was like
a day at a time, a day at a time, a day at a time. We go to this semester, we finish, we go to another semester. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. And learning a different curriculum, a different learning environment. So you just don't even know how it's going to end.
Exactly.
You don't know what trouble is going to come. You don't know if you're going to be expelled from school, knowing that maybe as a young boy, I was once, I wasn't expelled, but obviously you remember that there were people who were expelled from school, and you don't want to be in that position. So
Right.
it just took us time, one day at a time, and navigating situations as they came. And God gave us grace, and here we are.
I love it.
It just sounds just like our God, honestly, this whole story, because he's going to give you the vision, the idea, and the faith. And if you take that leap, he's not showing you all that in between, because just like you said, you won't go, or you'll go back. But he gave you the faith that once you got there, now you see it. You see, I'm close to it. I'm going to finish it, even if it takes you through some difficulties. So I'm just so glad you guys are a great example for other people who are going to be able to say, well, you know what? They did it. They figured it out. Look, he graduated, and look, they're doing well. I can do it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I don't know how to ask this. There's something I'm trying to get to, but I don't know how to get. I don't know the right words. So I'm just going to talk, and we'll see what happens. So, you have this goal of this thing to accomplish, but you have this marriage and this family to maintain, a covenant that you established, right? Was one more important than the other throughout the journey? Did you bind them together? I want to know. What I'm trying to get is for people who are listening to hear how you guys set a target together that strained your not your relationship,
or the things that you normally could have done.
Right. How did was it the goal that drove you, or was it the relationship
that drove you towards the goal?
Toward the goal.
Okay. Do you want to go first on this? Okay.
Your turn.
So one of the things that I want to just make clear, even to those that are hearing, using our example, is, and just from our understanding, with marriage is an environment. It's not just something. It's an environment that you create, and it's also a principle that God gives you, and a responsibility that God gives you. So when you look at it from that angle, then you realize that if I'm going to walk in this environment, I have certain desires, I have certain ambitions, I have certain dreams. So it's a place where you openly talk to somebody, or your partner in this case, where you share what is it that you want to achieve. It's not about me. It's not about her. It's about us. So
Yeah.
one of the things that helped us is in our initial times and our time that we've been together is we set first individual goals. We shared individual dreams and see where we can balance those dreams and see what's common in our dreams.
I love it.
Because I don't want to take a selfish ambition to fulfill my dream and then she feel used.
Right.
And I don't want to feel used by just supporting her and feel like I'm being inadequate with what I'm doing.
Right.
So there are things that we set apart. There are dreams that she told me she want to do, and there are dreams that I told her I want to achieve.
Right.
And then we came together and put priorities. What will be our priorities in achieving this? So we set the marriage aside. And we put the support system in place.
There it is.
What will make the marriage is the support system, being there for one another, because that's where the value of being together comes from. Because if we look at the marriage, then we're gonna leave it for what the people are saying, because we want to get an impression for the people. Right. But if I'm gonna be like feel the happy marriage, I'm gonna first feel the value that my partner brings.
Yes.
The pride of being married not only to this beautiful looking lady, but also to an intelligent supporting system. That when she comes in place, she begins to push me, she begins to challenge me and position me for my dreams. And I also want to do the same. I want to feel like she can't do without me.
Right.
I wouldn't be here if she feels she can do without me. What would be the marriage for? But you know, because she always tells me how valuable I am in her life, and I always tell her how valuable and she is in my life.
Right.
So once that is in place and you miss it, then you begin to look out for one another and pursue supporting one another, and in turn, it qualifies to be a good marriage, and that's what it has been like for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
That's true. That's very true.
You can add.
I think in everything that he has said, we are not completely saying that you will not have challenges along the way.
Yeah.
Of course, there are gonna be those turbulences, but there is a way that we are gonna navigate and just pull through. It is not something that is just like smooth. Of course, when your friend is taking much time to the library studying, you will feel lonely. You are just with the kids. But we always find a way to make it stable and navigate through. So it is not a very smooth ride, but with everything set, I think you can pull through.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Good. You answered that great.
Yes, I love that.
That was excellent.
I love that. I got some. I love that. That was powerful. That was powerful. I don't want to take a whole lot more of your time, but I do want to see if you'll dive into the faith journey. Faith is the foundation for your growth. So I know, Lady Abigail, you talked about how your faith level has risen because of this. I don't know. So I don't know how to ask this question. I don't want to ask it too confined. So I'm just going to just throw it out there broad and let you guys minister to us. Tell us about, what has occurred with your faith? How do you know that has occurred? What were some of the challenges? I don't know. Tell us about.
How do you know that faith has increased? Your faith has increased.
Yes. What's happened to your faith as a result of this journey? And the reason I'm asking is because other individuals are going to have different journeys with different struggles. And I'm hoping that they can take what you share and superimpose it on their situations when they arise in their marriages.
Yeah, and understanding how faith flows.
Yeah, faith. I don't know how other people measure faith, but with me being in America for almost 4 years, and I'm not working and I'm here, but I could see the hand of God on our lives in so many ways.
Wow.
Where where I'm coming from, you do this, you're working, you're doing this, and you're seeing you know your plan of everyday provision, but sometimes there are levels where you don't know what is next for you, but you just choose to believe and trust. You just choose to believe in God and trust. I think there is a lot of things that have come in our lives because we have believed and we have trusted on God, and everything has come to pass because we have that faith to say, Lord, if you do not come through, then I don't know. You are the only one who will come through in this situation for me. So you get to see the level of faith. You pray and you ask God and you forget, and God just brings everything that you have asked for.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Powerful. That was powerful. She just ministered to me. And just to add on that, I believe that faith should be very basic. It shouldn't be very complicated, because it should be very, very basic. And the Bible says faith faith comes by hearing, and hearing from the word of God. Now, I've also have another vision of building faith, because faith in itself must be built. And speaking from our own experience, faith is like a muscle. You see, it's like a muscle. The more you give, the more exercise you give to the muscle, the more it increases. So you intentionally begin to grow your faith by what you hear, the right things that you hear, and your environment matters. Sorry to say this, sometimes faith may not even be at church, because the people that you are around with, they may not be in the season you are in to understand what you're about to achieve. They may even discourage you based on their level of faith. So sometimes what I feel and what I've experienced in the journey of faith, you want to always stay with something that encourages you, the positive word. Always, you got to be positive. Maintain a positive spirit within you. Maintain a positive environment, because faith and fear are like twins. They all demand attention. You know what I mean? And it's if you put yourself on negative stuff, fear will grip in you. If you put and take a lot of positive stuff, your faith builds. So the things that you need to intentionally always do, like my wife knows, and this is one thing that has worked for us in our marriage. I always tell her that, in as much as you would see something that may not be appealing to you, never speak to me in a negative way. Use the positive way of bringing that to me. That just helps me to stay positioned and also stand on faith, because also analyzing something too much destroys the faith. Think constantly about the outcome of something. You may not know the answer, and that will draw your faith down. Wow. But sometimes you just let it go and take a day at a time. Be positive. Listen to something positive, especially the word of God. The word of God is very pure, and it has a place, it goes beyond motivational messages.
Yes.
The word of God goes beyond, because it begins to bring your spiritual ability in alignment with God's will. Right. And your body or your physical being begins to be conformed by your spiritual engagement with God. Yes. So when you are lacking that association with the presence of God, your body will always be, your physical being will always take precedence over the spiritual ability. Right. So once you engage in that spiritual effort, you find that your faith begins to now build and also support your physical body, That's my take on that.
Oh my goodness.
So good.
I'm gonna have to play this replay a couple times and take some notes. That was heavy. I love that. Over-analyzing piece. Man, I saw myself. Oh my goodness. Faith and fear twins drawing the attention. And what I loved about what you said also is you had the conversation with Lady Abigail and said, if you see something in me, then say it in a positive way. So that I can keep my surroundings. Oh my.
Yeah, I think it's because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes us ladies, we like sometimes to, to just talk sometimes. And, when some things happen, sometimes we just want to just talk. And, so there's a point where sometimes I come down and I say, oh, let me bring it in this way. Let me not bring it to him in this way. Let me just tone down and present it in this way, because sometimes there are those moments where you would just bring things and just talk and without minding, but with the Holy Spirit you just tone down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not just a lady thing.
Men need to do the same. But I love that, especially with all that he was doing at that time. He needed all positivity around him so he could continue in faith and do what it was he was doing. And it should be matriculated, both of us.
You guys got
that. Was so good.
I have goosebumps right now. I got the chills.
And just to add on this, one of the things that helped me is because I did a major in communication as well. And most of the communication trends were some of the things that were appealing to the life and what I really needed. So I really took that course and that program with so much passion. And some of the things I would learn were not just for me, but they were also working for our home, like knowing the different types of engagements, how to engage, picking the environment, when to communicate and how to communicate. So sometimes I would intentionally just come home, talk about stuff, not because there's a problem. The other problem that couples make is we always want to speak whenever there's a problem. But sometimes just have conversations away before you even have differences. That helps, because then it prepares you on how to handle yourselves when a difference comes in. But what I've noticed is a lot of couples will try to communicate everything at that time. They're talking, they need to go out. Oh, I need to go out. And then, oh, you're delaying me. You are always like that. And then begin to remember the past things. Even that time, that's what you did. And they bring different conversations and different topics that are draining them and making them not to be really strong together and bond together. So how we communicate really also matters in an engagement of faith. It's not just about speaking positive. It's also about knowing how to bring out positivity.
This is good.
Because communication, I learned, it's not just about speaking. It's how you communicate. It's how you bring out a message. So in presenting a message, it's not just about talking.
Right.
There are a lot of things that apply for a message to be engaged there. So I think those are some of the things that I've engaged in. In the past 4 years, I was really intentional that when I learned some things, I went to process them and see how they apply. And it really helped us.
That is amazing.
So is that what your degree is in? Is it in communication?
Yes, I did 2 majors. I have a major in communication and a minor in ministry and leadership. So I graduated with 2 degrees.
Okay. He was on the grind.
Yeah, he was working hard. He was working hard.
All right. Love it. I love that. I love it. I love it. Listen, we don't want to hold you any longer. And this is like a funny question to ask because it's all you've been doing the whole time.
Yeah.
But do you have any last words, any advice?
Married couples.
For young married couples so their marriage can thrive.
Go first.
Yeah, I would say put God first.
Okay.
On personal level, know your God, trust your God from each side of individuals. Then together in marriage, love God, put God first. It is always, if you are a Christian, it's always the best principle to go about. Yeah. So I would encourage couples to know their God and to love themselves. Because even the Bible says, even the Bible tells us that marriage is all about submission, respect,
Yes.
love. Those are the things that guides marriage. So if people they don't put themselves on these
Right.
simple principles, they will not
Right.
have their best marriage. So it's all about submission, love, respect, unity. That's marriage. Yeah.
It's good.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
My advice to couples out there, and those that are believing God to resuscitate their marriages, and those that are trying to get into marriage, is you got to understand that marriage is not a contract. It's not something you go into believing or thinking it will fail at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is one of the things I'm seeing in today's world. People think marriage is something when you go in and you think things are not working, you can easily move on because somebody can kill you. You don't want to die. But hey, you need to be very careful. Marriage is a product of friendship. You never get married with somebody who's not your friend.
That's right.
Wow.
Never get married with somebody who's just your business partner or somebody who's your co-worker. Never get married to such a person.
Yes.
You
Yes.
want to get married to a friend because friendship overcomes all challenges.
Yes, it does.
Friendship is very unique. It leaves a test of time.
Yes.
And genuine friendship actually grows into the family. I'm sure you have people that you can say, here they were a friend and they've grown into a family.
Right.
Why? Because of the experiences that you've gone through. Same as marriages. If you're gonna go and just be intentional about being a friend to your partner and being a best friend to your partner and just making the environment of friendship in a home, everything is gonna flow easily because you're gonna laugh about stuff, you're gonna joke about stuff, intimacy is gonna come into play because you'll be nothing to fake or just create an impression. You are going to be real because that's who you are, and your friend is gonna love you. So couples out there, those of you that are dating, know that it's better to make a decision while you're dating. But once you get married, whatever you've been doing while you're dating just continues in marriage. So if you are dating and you've never been good friends with your friend, you'll never be friends when you get married. So now.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember one of our counselors before we got married. They taught us one thing to say: marriage is like an empty box.
Right.
You know, like where you get an empty box or an empty wrapped present box, a gift box,
Right.
where it is nicely wrapped from outside, but inside there it is empty. You never know what is in there until you open it.
Yep.
Then you find it is empty. Then it's up to you and your partner to be intentional. So intentionality,
I love it.
which means if you want love, put love in the box.
Yep.
If you want good life, good health, put it in the box.
Wow.
That transparency, put it in the box.
Yes.
Anything that you want, put it in
in
that
the
box.
box.
That box is all about marriage when you have put everything that you want inside there. But if you just look at it like, oh, this is a beautiful gift, it looks like it is nicely wrapped, and you never open it,
and people will admire your
gift,
but
from
never
outside,
know what's
what's inside. What if it's empty inside? There's nothing inside there. So it's about you and your partner to put everything, begin to put everything that you want. You want good communication, put it in there.
Yep.
So that's what I can encourage.
Oh, this is good.
That is really, really good. That
This
right
is
there. I've heard that, but not that way.
Yes.
But that was wonderful.
That's a t-shirt. Make that a t-shirt.
I do want to ask you.
While I say, put it in the box.
You want it in the box, you put it in. I do want to know, what do you guys have planned? What's your next dream?
Yes.
Because this right here, you showed us how this was fulfilled, unless there's things you can't share. But I'm like, my God, we see that there's nothing impossible.
Wow, we are big dreamers. I mean, there's so much. There's just so much. There's just, sometimes I realize that, and in the silence of a dreamer, there's wisdom. Because sometimes your battles begin immediately. People begin to have an insight to your dreams. Joseph was fought not because of how he looked, but because people began to see and have a glimpse in what his dreams were going to be. Because remember, when he shared his dream, the interpretations would always come from people. And people began to fight him for their own interpretations, not what he interpreted. So what we are doing for now, what we could just share, is that while we are here, we are in school, we're navigating, and we're trying to see where God positions us. Is God wanting us to be here more, a bit longer, or does God want us to get back home when we just don't know? But so we're just in that kind of transition. But in the meantime, we are also supporting the church back home, and we are trying to, we're doing everything, giving guidance, leadership, development to people that are there back home, and just making sure that the church continues to build a legacy and see if it can continue to help and be a blessing to many. Currently, at church, we have a project that we've embarked on in Zambia. We're actually building a church, like a sanctuary. And we are praying to the Lord that this project is going to be done in just less than a few years, maybe probably less than 3 years. We are trusting God to be done with that project. So we need your prayers, your support, your partnerships in any way, and we'll be slowly showing you how we are advancing in the project. So, and also we would love to have teams, people who would love to have an experience in Africa through our ministry, maybe missions. They could get in touch with us and see how we can coordinate and just cooperate and build a kingdom together, because I believe there are a lot of things that the African continent has to share here in America. And we want to be those missionaries that could be liaison between the American community and the African community. So whoever may be wanting something, may be needing information, we are here to just support and see how we can advance the kingdom. So
tell us how we can contact you.
Dr. Newt, I think you have our contacts. We can put our contacts down here. You can contact us through my personal email, prophetgarry@yahoo.com. I'm also on Facebook, Garry Bwalya. My wife is on Facebook too, Abigail Bwalya. And just through those common social media platforms and emails, and you get in touch with us. I'm sure. I don't know how, if you can put them down there and let everybody see them.
We'll post them up for you, for everyone to see. So if they go to your Facebook, they'll be able to see some of the projects that are going on.
Right now, we haven't started putting the projects yet. But in a couple of months, maybe a month or two, we'll start giving progress of what's happening. We just finished the 21 days of prayer and fasting with the church. So now we're getting into a season where we are unpacking what we gotta do for this year. There are a lot of things, programs that have been aligned back home that we're intending to do. So we'll keep updating you slowly and just making sure that you're catching up with what we're doing.
Love it. We got to go, but I have to ask this one question to Lady Abigail. Do you minister to women?
I do. I was ministering in our church. I was doing that back home. But from the time that we've been here, I have not, except that sometimes I have a platform like this with the women back home, and we minister. Thank you.
I just wanted to ask because I was hearing it as you were talking. So I wanted to, if you weren't, I was going to say maybe you need to. Listen. Thank you all for tuning in and logging in with us. Thank you, Prophet Gary and Lady Abigail, for spending some time with us. I am so indebted to you, and we're gonna stay connected. We're gonna keep following.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, everyone, thank you for logging into this episode of 28 Days of Love, and we'll see you tomorrow evening, where we have another panel discussion.
Live panel discussion.
Another live panel discussion for you. So you want to jump in on that, to tap into the wisdom there. It's not over yet. This is 28 Days of
Love.
Hey!
Yeah.